Welcome back. We're getting ready to start 1942, mission 4. And let's get our chart out. Okay, red is going to be here, black is there. Red 3, black 2. So the red 3 is map 1 again. Black 2 means it's an inbound mission. So we have map 1, inbound, and let's roll. I rolled an even, which means we're doing this formation again. I wish I would have rolled that for this OP. That would have been nice to get a 10 for that. Red for this, black for that. 5 and 4. Okay, we get 4 OP. And then the 4 die roll gives me an L7S, which is awful. Okay, so S means we're going to have Spitfires. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just going to pick 2 because it's a light formation. And they're going to be in, and they don't exit until turn 7. Because this is an inbound mission. Alright, so that's done. Get our situation manual here. We're inbound map 1. Okay, rolling for damage. I rolled a 6. That plane there is damaged. I got a wing. I rolled a 1, so that doesn't do anything. Ooh, he has 4 damage on him. Okay. So now we're coming down to here. Roll for the sun. I rolled a 3. The sun is high flank. And it's actually there from the last missions. We're fine. Red, black. Red 2 means we get 1 tactical point. And a black 4 means we're going to have 7 turns. So until the very last turn, we're going to have escorts harassing us. So that's annoying. But the good news, just as a reminder, is since it's an inbound flight, we're going to get 2 victory points for every plane we bring down. Okay, so if I come back over here, we have 4 OP. So we're going to grab 4 pilots. I am not going to grab my green Gimpy. We're going to just grab Freeling, Dahl, Adamite, Dahl, Freeling, and we'll take Bauer. Okay, those are the 4 that are going to go. Again, they're all experts. They all have luck. And these are going to be available on turn 1. So just as a reminder, that means that the low tail is dangerous. We want to avoid that. So coming in from the tail is not a good idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to have all 4 of us, we're all going to come in low from the flank. And that's it. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to pick on this. I want to prey on the weak. So we're going to take him out. Okay, so with that being done, that was my move. So now we're on the escort phase. So we got to roll on this table to see where they start. I rolled a 5, 3 forward, 2 below trailing. So we'll just put 3 up here and 2 there. So now red is going to be for this, black is going to be for that. I got a 4 and a 5, so this one moves to above trailing, and the 5, there it happens. This is moving to tail low, which is over there. Okay, all right, so that's done. There's no recovery, no blast and flak. Cohesion, there's only 1 marker. That's it for turn 1. Turn 2. we're going to move, and all 4 of my guys are going to attack. We go to escort. This is going to return. I'm going to roll for him. I rolled a 3, which he goes to tail high over there. And then I'm going to roll red for him, black for that. So red 1, black 8. So the red 1, he goes to above trailing. Black 8, he goes to above trailing. This isn't good. Okay. So let's get our attacks in. Just as a reminder, I've been playing the rule wrong. These 2 bonuses you can only get if you're determined. And I believe I was giving out this bonus all the time like candy, even when I was evasive. So it's not good. This one you can do if you're evasive, but we are not going to satisfy that condition. This one we could potentially satisfy, and I'm going to do it. I'm dumb and crazy that way. We're going to go all 4. We're going to do 2 here and 2 there. And that means I'm going to be drawing 2 evasion markers, which may or may not be smart. So I pick where I'm going, out of the sun. My mode is I'm going to go determined. Now I do 2 collision checks, and this is the part that can hurt me bad. Adamite and Bauer are the 2 that are going to go through this collision check. The first token is for Adamite, and it is okay, I believe that's a collision. So treat as no collision if you're evasive. If determined, flip the proximity over marker and attach it to the fighter. It's a hit. Okay, this is the one thing you can, I know this from the rules, this is the one time you can use your luck to remove a hit. So I can remove this hit, which is good. A fuel damage of 5 is bad. And so I'm going to do that. And so Adamite used his luck for this round. So mission 4, luck. Okay. The hit marker doesn't stay out here because it was a proximity that actually hit him. And then this next one is a 2. So barring an awful roll, got a 3. It's still good enough. So this stays out. So now all of our fighters are in the action, and we do our maneuvers. These 2 are going to go straight through and climb because we want the sun. And then these 2 are going to, they're going to dive left to go to the nose. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So the good news here is we get this because we have 4 of them in determined, and we have a space with 2 fighters, so we get both of these advantages. Really nice. That's what I like. Okay, and we're going to do the attack. So we're going to do Adamite here. These are all 4 of them are coming from the flank, which is an oblique attack. So 1, 2. I'm drawing 4 oblique cards. These 2 have a threat of 1. And yeah. So this first one, Adamite, we're going to do, they're all coming in low. Threat 1, come in low. He missed and progressed 1. So he's going to go straight through to there. Next we have Doll here. I am not going to use Swarm yet. I'm going to just do a regular attack, coming in low. Oh, hold on, back up. I'm determined. Shoot, that's a collision. Okay, so This isn't good. I think I'm gonna lose my fighter. Because these guys are all determined. During the engage step, during the burst step, some attack cards may impose a collision, in which case you must also draw a proximity marker and place it on the fighter. Okay, so we still have to draw a proximity marker. Okay, so this is the first fighter there. So we're going to draw a proximity marker for Adamite. Okay, so he's going to exit unless I spend 2 tactical points. So I'm going to spend 2 tactical points. But if I spend the 2 tactical points, then he has to break away to the tail position. So I'm going to do that. And I'll spend 2 tactical points. We're at 0. But he survives, and he actually doesn't even stay for continuing fire. He breaks away to tail. He was climbing to go to the sun here. So we'll just put him... Ooh, I don't want to put him there because this, if I put him up here, this interceptor will get him, so I have to break low. Okay, so that was unfortunate. But there's some good news that came out of this. The token stays. So it was another near collision with the bomber. Now this one is interesting. We got a collision and a hit, and he moves through. So we'll just move him through for now, but I have to resolve a collision and a hit. So let's do the collision first. So I'm most curious about the health and welfare of my guy than the bomber. So the collision is a proximity 2, so that'll stay on the board. Let's just roll well here. Oh, I rolled a 2. If it rolled is less than the number printed. Haha. We got lucky. All right, so he survived. Now we do the damage to the bomber. And I drew a 10. Let's see if we get a super lucky roll there. We do not. So let's turn this over. Okay, he takes a damage. So he's up to 5. All right, now we move to these 2. So their threat level is a 2. And I'm gonna do a swarm with the first guy. Well, yeah. And I'm gonna do 2 hits. I'm just gonna pour it on with the first guy. So here we go. So we're oblique 2, low. Oh, look at this. He doesn't even take a hit, and he does a hit on his own. So he does a hit, and he progresses by 1. So he's climbing left, so he'll end up there. But I do 3 hits. I'm sorry, where was I? 2. I'm going to do 3 hits. 1 from this, and 2 because of the swarm. So I'm going to draw 3 hits on this bomber. All right, what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3. And I know you got to see one of them, but that's fine. So this will be the red die, that'll be the black die. So let's see what we get. So the red 4 failed. So that flips over and does 2 damage. But the black 7, we have our first score. And the bomber is fallen, and it can't get up. So the damage markers go away, but the important thing is that fighter there, who is he? Bauer, just got his first experience point. So Bauer here gets 1 experience point, and then we since this is an inbound mission, just got 2 victory points and 1 experience point for the staff. So now I have 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm now able to use my staff experience points to change a die roll in the future. Not a die roll out here, but whenever we're setting up the mission. Okay, so that's done. Now we have this final fighter, Freeling. This is no longer a 2, this is now a 1 because of that -1 there. There is no bomber for him to attack, but the other bombers are still shooting at him. So we are in determined mode at a 1, so he would take a hit. And then he also moves 1 to the left, like that. And then we'll use this to cancel the hit. Okay, so there we go. That was the first round of attacks. So now we gotta do continuing fire for 3 of our guys here. So we're gonna start with the guy in the back there. Okay, bounced. If diving or dive rolling, he's climbing. We would have gotten attacked by a escort. So he's climbing and he's going to return there so he can benefit from the sun. So now we go to the next one. We'll go with Freeling first. Okay, so we got to do a roll here. Sorry for the glare. Roll. I rolled an odd. If even, place a damage marker on the nearest bomber. If odd, the fighter is hit. Okay, so this is Freeling. And Freeling is going to use his luck. M4L to avoid that hit. So that stunk. And this is normally a 2, but it's a 1 because of this, so he took no damage. He could have taken another hit, potentially. And he returns. So he was doing a dive roll, so he's going to return here. And then we got the last guy here. If dive rolling, skip continuing fire. We are dive rolling. He would have taken a hit, as you can see there, but we get to skip it. So that was sweet. And then he goes to the same place, to there. All right, we are on, I forgot to move this. We are definitely on mission turn 3 because the first one we entered the board. The second one we attacked, which is the turn we just finished. We're now on mission turn 3. And sorry, I'm just cleaning up some cards here. Okay. So interesting collision stuff. Mission turn 3. We don't move, but we do return. So these guys are going to return there. He's returning low. He's at real risk of being intercepted. And he's going to return high. This climb marker is not supposed to be on him anymore. And then we do escort. I can tell you for certain this guy has no one to attack, so he's coming back. But then we're going to roll for all 3. I'm going to roll for the top one. I rolled a 9, which is very bad. The box with the most fighters. So he's engaging them. He found them. This mission's over, folks. I'm not going to get much else done. The outcome is usually very bad when it comes to that. So then we're going to do red for the forward and black for the trailing. So I had a 10 here and a 1. So the 10 just means he moves down to here, and then the 1, he exits. So this guy is no longer in the mission. That was good for what good it's going to do. And then these 2 go here. So we have to resolve this situation. He came from the above trailing, and it says that they are always higher. So they always have an advantage. So that alone should tell you we're in trouble. But if that doesn't, then this chart will. So we're not higher than them. And we have 2 fighters there, but I guarantee you this will be a bigger number. It is. They have 3. So we don't have advantage and we don't have more of them. So we use the very bottom row here, and they're Spitfires. They're exiting, and the only thing I'm praying for here is that we don't get destroyed. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll. I got a 7, which is a good number. Yep, so B. B is fighters and 1 escort marker exit. So just out of curiosity, I know some of you haven't seen, the E means we would have killed, we would have earned experience points because we killed one of their escorts. The X's mean we were shot down, and then we have to do this little thing to see if our pilot survived. So anyways, what's happening is both of these fighters are out of the mission, and so is the escort. So they were tangled up. Nobody shot anybody down, nobody got any experience, but the bombers just flew away while they were busy getting tangled up. So no good there. 2 of our guys are out. Escort phase is over. Aerial combat is over. Next, we go to recovery. We haven't done that ever, but that only happens if we actually get hit. And as you know, I do the luck skill, so I avoid that step. And then cohesion. This one is interesting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 markers. Oh, and of course I roll a 9. Crap. That was our real hope of doing some damage here. And we didn't. Okay, so nothing happens there, and it's the end of turn. We're on to turn 4. We do move. I'm going to come in for an attack with my whopping 2 guys. And we do the escorts. I now have 2 spots here. I'm going to do red for the above, black for below. So I rolled an 8 and a 2. Let's do the below first. That moves to the forward station, and the 8 is he's attacking the box with the most fighters. I get to pick which one it is when there's 2 of them, and I'm going to pick Adamite here, the low one, and it's 4. So we have another thing where we're just praying we don't get killed. It's the same chart, no and no. Bottom row here, I just need to get at least a 6 or better. So let's roll. I got an 8, which is same outcome. So this Spitfire is out of the game, and so is my guy. So I'm now down to 1 fighter for the rest of this mission. The escorts are doing their job. They're taking us out. So this guy's coming in oblique, and I'm going to do evasive. Although I did learn my lesson that determined would have done damage, but I'm going to do evasive. And because that lets me do the sun bonus, guaranteed. And of course I'm attacking this guy, so this is just a 1. And as far as like which direction I'm going to climb towards the tail. I'm setting myself up for a final attack from the tail. Okay, so with that being said and done, did I miss anything? I don't get any of these advantages. Had that guy stayed alive, I would have, but I don't get one. So I'm doing an evasive oblique attack on that particular bomber with no bonuses whatsoever. This is, what fighter is he? This is Dahl. Dahl he still has his luck ability he can use, so good luck, Dahl. So he's coming in, threat level 1 from high. You can remember that it's high, but you know, if you want to follow the rules to the letter, you would put both of these under there. So he's coming in high. Threat level 1, he would have hit if I'd have been determined. Jeez, I keep... All right, so he missed, and then he goes 2 spaces. So the rules say if So he's going to go 1, and then he would keep going, but if you hit the edge, he doesn't go anymore. So this is going to be a 0 for the continuing fire check. So no hits on that bomber. And then we do continuing fire. It's going to be a 0. So is he diving? No. And in the 0 column, you can see nothing happens. So he's going to return high there because it's evasive, so he's going to be 2 blocks back. All right, so now it is turn 5. There's no move. This is a return. He moves 1 space. We do escorts. Red, blue, or black. Red is a 4, so he moves to above trailing. Black is a 10, he moves to above trailing. And that's it for escort. Now we have 3 markers. I rolled a 2. It happened. Wow. Okay, they are now loose formation. I don't know if it's going to help us, but it happened. They're loose formation, and now we're on turn 6. I'm going to return high, because that's all I can do. And then we do the escorts. So we're going to roll just 1 die, because only the top guy is going to do something. I rolled a 9, and there it is. Aerial combat. Mission's over. Just praying that we don't get destroyed. Okay. So 1 fighter. There's 4 of them. We definitely don't outnumber them. We're not higher than them. It's this bottom row again. I rolled a 1. D is dogfight, but the X means 1 fighter is destroyed. Check for bailout. So that's down here. We definitely want a bailout here. Let's get a high number, please. 8 is excellent. It means he's wounded, but he does get an experience point. So Dahl gets an experience point, and he's wounded. So he goes into the wounded box. It's really hard to get out of the wounded box. The mission is over. We got 2 victory points because this was an inbound mission, and this one survives to see another day. We were getting them, but not quite. So to summarize, we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 victory points so far. After 4 missions, we had no pilots killed this mission. And the very last thing we do, which is new, because you've never seen this before, we have a wounded guy, and we have to roll a 9 or a 10 for him to come back. He stays wounded. And now we have a slight concern, because as you can see here, we need to have at least 16 pilots able to fly. There's only 18 in the game. So one of them is out. Once we have 3 pilots wounded, we lose. So we are 1/3 of the way there towards losing. We don't like that, but that's how it works. This game is tough. So moving on to mission 5, thank you for watching. We have, like I said, 10 experience points. We need 15 to win this campaign. 2 missions left. I don't know if I can do it. There's only 4 bombers there, or 4 or 5 bombers if we ever get that formation. And normally you only get 1 experience or 1 victory point per bomber. So we're gonna see. We'll see how it goes. Stay tuned, and thank you for watching.